Hello and welcome to the Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast with me, clinical somatic educator and founder of Total Somatics, Heidi Hadley. The Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast has been designed to help you gain a deeper understanding to how your mind and body work. You will learn about your amazing mind and body and why over time you can feel pain, recurring injuries and poor posture. Within this podcast, I will teach you why this doesn't have to be your future or the norm for you. Would you like to learn how to reduce pain, move freely, and gain a new lease of life? Let's get started. Hello and welcome back. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to share with you why I've created this upcoming free video series for you. So the video series is called the Total Somatics Pain and Stress Relief Series. So it's going to be available at the end of February 2022, and I'm going to give you all the details to click onto below at the end of this episode. Also, if you are listening to this after March 2022, don't worry, there's still a way for you to reach out and be involved with other free events that happen in the future. But today's episode is really wanting to kind of reach out to you and talk to you about the fact that over the last 2 years, I do a lot of teaching internationally, and because of the situation, there's been a lot more online than in person. And also when I've had the opportunity to travel within Australia, within in-person workshops, I've also gathered this information as well as transitioning and doing a lot of work online within Australia, within clinical somatics. Plus the members all around the world that are in the Total Somatics membership, I listen and I'm always creating content that's going to serve them. That and other things that I've also got feedback from within my clinical practice here in South Australia is that over the last 2 years as a whole, we've all endured chaos, haven't we? Uncertainty. There's been a lot of trauma. We've witnessed a lot of trauma, if not in our own local hometown. We could have seen things in the press, in the newsreels, that can be like a triggering, or it can also imprint a picture in your memory bank. And so all of this has started to have an impact on us as a soma. That's our whole person, our emotional, mental, physical, energetic health, our entire person. Plus, on top of that, we've also had our own personal story, haven't we? Different events have happened from the ongoing worldwide shift and transition. We've all got a personal story. And around that personal story, other people may be impacted too. So there's this loading, there's this layering of things that have basically occurred on us all. And so what's happening now is, as we're starting to kind of see light at the end of the tunnel in some parts of the world, what's actually starting to occur is that many are now starting to feel these effects of what's happened over the last 2 years. And that's because until now, they've kind of been in this survival mode. They've been pushing down their emotions, just trying to get through everything. And fair enough, you can understand why people are doing that. However, now what's showing up is a lot of issues such as anxiety, burnout. People are getting these temper issues, temper sort of situations where they'll just flare up and get angry over the slightest thing. There's gut issues, immune issues, inflammatory conditions that seem to be flaring up. Sleep is being impacted. People's hormones are just fluctuating. The list goes on. So it's not just the emotional side of things, but it's how the emotions actually then translating into our physiology. And so also, over the last 2 years, I've been invited to speak and also teach practitioners around the world. And what I've been teaching them are clinical approaches and methods in the area of somatics. And what is really rewarding, and hearing the feedback that's coming from practitioners around the world, is that when they incorporate clinical somatics into their practice, they are having the most fantastic, wonderful results, because the material that I teach within Total Somatics is very, very deep, and it's very inclusive of a number of factors. Those factors include somatic movement. However, it also includes mindset and mindfulness. Because if you've listened to previous podcasts before, you'll know that I've said you can teach somebody somatic movement. You can just go through the motions of it. But if you haven't addressed your mindset, if you haven't addressed the mindfulness aspect of somatic movement and all the principles that are tied around it, it can turn into pretty much a mechanical exercise. And without being rude, you could teach anybody that. And it doesn't mean that it's sinking in and it's impressing and it's having a huge shift on their nervous system. They could just be going through the motions, a bit like that learned behavior that they've had in the last 2 years and more, depending on what their life history and experience has basically experienced and done for them. And so that's why I'm inviting you to actually reach out to me with the 2-question survey that I've put forward to everybody. And this survey is so important because what it's going to do is it's going to frame the video series that I create for you. Total Somatics members will also agree with this, I'm sure, that everything that I produce within the Total Somatics membership is exactly what the members are asking for. I'm listening all the time. I've got my finger on the pulse. I want to know what challenges, what questions, what's going on in your life that I can help serve and support you through. Because we all need assistance. We all need that sort of linking of someone's arm to help us through different periods of our life. And that could be through our pain. It could be through the stress levels that we're encountering and everything else in between. Because recall again from previous podcasts, and if you're new to a Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast, please go down the episodes and you'll see there's lots of different subjects that I cover. But the thing is, what we need to be doing is taking good care of our emotional and physical and mental well-being. Because remember, if we're having a lot of emotional turmoil, a lot of mental anguish and stress, that is going to impact on our physiology. That's why we're now seeing, it's almost like a PTSD, a delay really from what's been happening for people, is that now you're starting to see the effects of that trauma, that repressing of emotion for certain, over a certain period of time. Now, I'd like to just mention here that if you do have like PTSD and you really need that deep support, please find a health practitioner, a clinical health practitioner that will be very focused on what you need. So if that means to see your GP who can give you a referral or like a clinical psychologist, please do that, because this is where, although I want to serve and support you, there are times where there is that focus that's needed on you as an individual. So please, if you are in that situation, what I'm teaching you is going to really marry up and complement really nicely with anything that you're doing individually with a clinical health practitioner. So really, I want to meet you where your needs are at this point, at this moment in time. I want to serve you. I want to support you. And that's why I'm really wanting you to reach out to me and let me know really what is itching. What are you wanting to know about in the areas of pain and stress relief? Because remember, your feedback to this survey is going to be covered in great detail within this entire series. Also, what I'd like to do is, because in Total Somatics, it's really about community. That's what Total Somatics, the membership, is about. It's about connection and community. And so I'd like you just to feel that vibe that we have in the membership by being involved with me and giving me that feedback, because again, I want to serve the community as a whole. And so what I'd like to do is just mention that below this video, you're going to see in the show notes a link to the survey. So if you click on that link to the survey, you'll be able to answer it. If this video is embedded into a blog, please just scroll down underneath this video and you'll see that there'll be a link to answer or put feedback into those 2 questions within the survey. So I'll make sure it's really clear for you to find either in the show notes below this video or podcast episode, wherever you're listening, if it's audio or video, or you're going to see it in the blog. So I'll just make sure you've got a good, clear idea of where that is. And just also on another note, if you're interested, I'm going to be actually traveling to the UK in May 2022. Now, if you're in the UK and you're either a practitioner or you're somebody that really wants to learn a lot more about clinical somatics, and in particular, what I can teach you within Total Somatics about somatic movement, mindset, and mindfulness, please let me know. You can reach me at support@totalsomatics.com. So if, for instance, you are you're somebody that has like a wellness studio, you may have a local community hall, wherever it is, if you're either somebody that has your own studio and you'd like me to come in and hold a workshop, we can just do a few hours for you and anyone else in your community. Or if you feel that you would like me to come to your local town, please leave me some details within an email at support@totalsomatics.com. So I will be there from the middle of May till the middle of June. And if I can get to as many different places as possible, that would be awesome. And really just sharing with you how you can embody this work, how you can really take it out into your daily activities and recalibrate and reset when you start to feel things are bubbling up, either emotionally, if you're feeling quite stressed, or if you feel that you're stuck in a really tight body and your muscles are inflamed and they're rigid and they're starting to cause you a lot of joint issues, your mobility is becoming impacted, your posture's impacted. All of these factors, let me know, because I can hold a lovely workshop that we will go through different factors that's going to help to regulate your nervous system. It's going to help to release those chronically tight muscles that have been causing things such as recurring injury and pain, starting to change your posture, and also just limiting the activities and hobbies that you love to do. So there's lots happening. And also, if you're a practitioner, wherever you are in the world, if you're a practitioner and you would like me to do an online workshop or an event with you and fellow practitioners, or if you'd like me to reach out to your professional association and actually do a workshop for you that can be part of a continual professional development, please let me know again at support@totalsomatics.com, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get Total Somatics out into the world so you can start taking those principles and those practices and incorporating not only into your clinical practice, but seeing your clients thriving with this whole new awareness to their health and well-being. So any way that you want to get hold of me, if it's to hold a live workshop with you and fellow practitioners, or with your professional association, or if you'd like me to visit you within the UK and hold a workshop wherever you are, please contact me at support@totalsomatics.com. So there's lots happening this year, but before all of that happens, please join me. I'd love you to join me for the upcoming free video workshop, which is the Pain and Stress Release series. So as I said, the links will be below this video. I look forward to catching up with you online. If you're not already following me at the Total Somatics Facebook page, please come and follow me there, because I'll be jumping in and out of that Facebook page during this special week that we have together. So I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. All my love and best wishes. Take care. Bye. Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.